Today, we're going to try to build something really, really cool. Do you guys know what this is? You should. We've been talking about it an awful lot. An apple. We've talked about a lot of things that we can make with apples. We've talked about applesauce. We've talked about apple pie. We've talked about apple butter, apple juice, all kinds of apple things. But I'm going to make something totally different with it today. I'm going to make a boat. Do you want to try to help me make a boat? It's super easy. You just need a couple of things. You need an apple. You're going to need a piece of paper and a popsicle stick or a toothpick. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make two boats. So we can cut two different shapes. I'm going to try a triangle and a square. So I'm going to cut a sail because we're going to make a sailboat. I'm going to cut with my scissors. I'm going to try to make a square. There's my square. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to try to make a triangle also. All right, so I know a triangle has 3 sides. Triangles have 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. Triangle, square. And these are going to be my sails. The next thing we have to do is have an adult help us cut our apple in half. So you're going to need an adult to help you because knives can be very sharp. This is only for adults. So you can cut it this way or this way. Whatever way you want to try. You can cut it either way. I'm going to cut it up and down. Make sure you have a parent help you cut it in half. We've talked a lot about apples, so we know all the parts of an apple. Do you remember what this red part is called? We have it on our bodies. The skin. This is the skin. And this yummy inside part, what was that called? Do you remember? That one was kind of a tricky word. The flesh. This is the flesh. Look at these little brown things in the middle. What are those? Do you remember? The seeds. And we plant the seeds, right? And they grow into a big apple tree. So we have the seeds. And look, mine fell off. But it was right here. Do you know what this piece is? The stem. That's the stem. And this middle part that has our apple seeds in it, the part that we don't eat, it's yuck. We throw it away. That's the apple core. So I'm going to use my apple pieces to make a sailboat. So now that I have my boat, this is the top. The flat part goes on top. So it's flat at the top, round and red at the bottom. I'm going to choose one of my sails, and I need to fold it in half and cut just a little hole so it opens. You can see, let's see if my finger can go through. Little hole fits on my finger. So you need 2 little holes like that. Little holes. So that way you can stick it onto your either toothpick or whatever it is that you're choosing. Mine's a little small. I'm going to cut another hole at the bottom. We might have to do some trial and error, and that's okay. We are learning how to make a boat. All right, so I'm going to stick it through 2 of the holes. And I made a sail. Made a sail for my sailboat. So now I'm going to stick it in the middle of my apple. You might really have to push it down in there. Here's my boat. We need to see if it floats, but first let's go ahead and make our square. So there's one boat. See if it'll stay up. And I'm going to take my other half and I'm going to try the square. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bend it in half at the bottom, cut a little sliver, and then bend it at the other side, cut a little sliver. That way I have a hole at the top and a hole at the bottom. But this time I'm going to try a toothpick. It's small. See how small it is? So I'm going to poke it through, and now I have a square sail. And again, I'm going to poke that into my apple. Poke. So here's boat number 2. One is tall and one is short. Tall. This is the top. Tall, short. So now we need to see if it floats. So you're going to need a little container of water. Here's my container of water. See the water moving in there? There's real water in there. I'm going to take my boats. Do you think they're going to sink or do you think they're going to float? Do you think they're going to float on the top or sink to the bottom? Think about that. We sort of tried this in class, but that was like 3 weeks ago, so maybe we forgot. So let's give it a try. Let's see if our boat will stay on the top. Let's see this one. Oh my gosh! They stayed at the top of the water. They didn't sink to the bottom. Let's see. I'm going to try my stem. Let's see if that sinks or floats. Ready? It floats at the top too. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, now it sunk to the bottom. It was on the top until I touched it, and now it's down here. You can see it on the bottom. And look what I have. A little bear. I want to see if he'll float on in my boat. Float in my boat. Let's see. Oh, he was too heavy. He knocked my boat over. Let's try it again. My little bear didn't work. I was going to try some other toys, but these are bigger, so I think they might not work. Let's try a cow. Moo. Let's try a cow. See if he'll stay up. Oh, he sank right to the bottom and he knocked my boat over. Oh no, it's too heavy now that it's all wet. Look, the sail is wet. If I take the sail off, it'll float again. Well, none of my, let's try the bear on the other one. Let's see if he'll float on this one. It worked! Do you see him floating? Let's see if I can push this close. Our bear is floating on the boat. Awesome! Alrighty, well, if you guys want to make an apple boat, just ask your parents. See if they'll help you. I bet they will. Bye, guys.